In this video, I would like to summarize Haruki Murakami's writing style. What does he keep in mind when writing his novels? When Norwegian Wood was first published, it was said to be an autobiographical novel. How much is Haruki Murakami writing based on his experiences? Almost everything I write in my novels is fiction, except for the most trivial parts. As a matter of principle, I don't write about things that actually happened in my novels. What I have experienced is completely recreated in my novels. Haruki Murakami also uses the term symbolic hypothesis. The things that happen in my novels are things that could have happened in my real life. It's a kind of symbolic hypothesis. If you feel a strong affinity to the story, it's because it's something that could have happened in your life. The only character that Haruki Murakami explicitly states that he has a model for is Stormtrooper in Norwegian Wood. I don't have a model for 99% of my novels, but I do have a roommate who stutters a bit in Norwegian Wood. He was really my roommate. He was a very serious person. When he writes a novel, does he decide on a conclusion before he starts writing? I'm the type of writer who just writes more and more without thinking about anything. I write novels from the very beginning, without any framework or plot. I rarely think about the plot of a full-length novel. Even if I do, it's useless to think about it because the plot will change in the middle of the story. I just write what comes to my mind. It seems that some of the works were written in response to the title. Sometimes I come up with an attractive title first, and then write a story to match it. For example, A Wild Sheep Chase, Sputnik Sweetheart, Pinball 1973, The Wind Up Bird and Tuesday's Women, Tony Takitani, A Slow Boat to China, The Last Lawn of the Afternoon, and The Kangaroo Communique, all had their titles first. Then I thought of a story to match the title. Does he have a specific age group in mind when he writes his novels? When I write novels, I don't have a particular age group of readers in mind. I usually write for people who are at a critical point in their lives and are searching for the right direction, regardless of their age. In Kafka on the Shore, there are two main characters, a boy and an old man, who are different in age. The author writes about the setting of the main characters as follows. Novelists are the kind of people who can become someone else if they really want to. For example, I can novelistically be a 14-year-old girl or a 78-year-old man. I try to find such personality elements lurking inside me one by one. If I can't find it, I just give up. How much of a message does the author himself put into his works? There is not much meaning in a novel, or rather, novels function effectively because they cannot be captured on the axis of meaning. If you use the axis of meaning, the novel will become tasteless and boring. It seems that there is an author's own interpretation of what is written. I have my own interpretation, but it's only one of interpretations. Sometimes people get angry and say, "You're shirking your responsibility as an author." But I'm not avoiding it. Some stories are not complete in themselves, but they are formed by absorbing various arguments about them. And I have always wanted to write such stories. Haruki Murakami often writes short stories and full-length novels alternately. When I write a full-length novel, I usually change it up by writing a short story next. It is necessary for me to shrink my body for the next jump. What does he think about the relationship between short stories and full-length novels? In my case, I try something out in a short story, develop it further in a medium-length story, and finally bring it to a full-length novel in perfect form. To put it bluntly, the full-length novel is my main battlefield. Therefore, each time I write a short story, I decide on a theme and try various new things. If I make a mistake with a short story, the wound is small, but if I make a mistake with a full-length novel, it can be fatal. Does he ever reread his published novels? When I'm writing a novel, I reread it more than 100 times, so once a book is published, I don't read it. The reason for this is as follows. I'm not that interested in my old writing anymore. I do have some great memories of my old writing. It's like a girlfriend I broke up with for a reason a long time ago, and it warms my heart to think of her. But it would be better if we didn't get along, because we can't get back together. That's life, whether we like it or not. In order to constantly evolve, I guess he never looks back to the past. I hope he continues to produce new works in the future.